Alright, what's up guys? I'm here in Hanoi airport waiting to board to head to Hong Kong. But before that, I want to take this time, before I head out to another country, is give you guys some quick tips about what to do, kind of how to get into Vietnam, as well as other things that I think will be helpful for you when you if you decide to come here. So I'm going to give you guys a list of about 10 things that I think is very useful to know before coming here, either Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City. Sorry for all the noise, I'm at the airport. Anyway, starting off, first thing is the visa. You need a visa to get in here. I'm going to post a link below as to what you need to do to get that visa. Essentially what it is you're going to apply, you're going to go to that link below I sent you, and you're going to apply for a visa application. It's going to give you a kind of like a approval letter, not the actual visa itself. You can either apply for single entry or multiple entry. I did multiple entry because I had to go to Cambodia in between. It's pretty much double the price if you go between single and multiple. So highly recommend getting this as early as you can. I got my approval letter about 2 days after I applied. But I would recommend that you get that as early as you can. I did it like about a month before I arrived here. Anyway, so once you have your approval letter, we're going to go to number 2 is getting in through the airport. So once you actually have your approval letter and you arrive in Vietnam, actually before that, before you even arrive in Vietnam, wherever airport you're at, ticket booth, they're going to ask for your approval letter because they're not going to allow you to get on the plane unless you have that approval letter. Which brings me to number 2. So once you actually get to Vietnam, either Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, between the two, just really quick, I think Hanoi might have been faster to get through. There was less people, or they're just more efficient. Ho Chi Minh City, we waited about an hour. Basically what you need to do is, before you go through immigration, there's a separate office next to it where you need to give your approval letter, in which case they're gonna take your passport and then they're gonna put a visa on it. They're gonna take a whole page and put a visa on it. And then you pay again once you get there. So you pay twice. You pay at the e-visa for approval letter, and then you pay at Vietnam, whichever airport you're at, for the actual visa itself. And that is, I forget how much it is, another $50 in US dollars, by the way. So everything is in US dollars for the visa portion, even in Vietnam. So just make sure you get that done. I think, again, at least I think Hanoi was faster. I went through Ho Chi Minh City, that took a while. There was just it was so crowded and congested. But when I was going through Hanoi, mind you, I already had a visa because I already went through Ho Chi Minh first. When I look back though at the line, it seems a lot shorter. So I recommend probably going to Hanoi first. It's a much bigger airport. So I think they're a bit more efficient about it. So that's it for the visa portion. Again, I'm posting everything below. So bring me to number 3. I actually did this as we were waiting for the visa line. I noticed my phone. I have T-Mobile, by the way, and Vietnam is not one of the countries in which my SIM card works with T-Mobile. So while I was waiting in line at Ho Chi Minh City for my visa, basically there's just booths all over which sell SIM cards. So I actually highly recommend getting a SIM card. Mine, for about a week, it was only $9 for just data. So I was, while I was walking around Vietnam, even in Ha Long Bay, I was able to use internet or get data while I was out there, and it only cost me $9. They're gonna say it's gonna be $9 for the week. However, I think they either maybe used too much data, even though it said it's limited, or the cutoff was like 5 days. I don't know what I didn't get a clarification on what a week was, but mine shut off yesterday, and that was like day 5 or 6. So just ask how many days exactly before you do it. But again, it's very cheap. I still recommend getting it. You can get it right at the airport. They switch out your SIM cards. Just make sure, and I think it's gonna be very important, that your phone is unlocked. Somebody did mention it to me. My phone, I have a Google Pixel. It was already unlocked when I bought it, so it doesn't matter which SIM card I use. But just be mindful if your phone is not unlocked to make sure that you can accept those other SIM cards. So just check on that real quick. So number 4, currency. The exchange rate is about 22,700 something, I forget. But anyway, it's not like Cambodia. Here you definitely need to exchange, and I didn't really get any opportunity to use credit cards. It's all really cash here, especially in the markets. So definitely exchange at the airport. At Hanoi, there was an area where there was multiple ATMs. I would recommend checking out the fee for each one, because they do vary between, like, mine, I tried all, there was 4 of them where I was at. So I got one for like 2.7% fee. Some of them were as high as like 3.5%. So just, I'd say check out each ATM before you actually withdraw, before you do that. And then as far as how much to take out, up to you how much shopping you want to do. Maybe about $200 US worth, so whatever the exchange rate is for that. Next is getting around the city. They have Ubers here actually, even both in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. I'm not sure about the other cities, but here from the airport I just ordered an Uber. Again, make sure your phone works with data. If not, get that SIM card. But I used Ubers really to and from the airport while I was out here. It's very useful. If you are in Hanoi only, other modes of transportation is I think it's called Signal. It looks like a little rickshaw. I'm going to show you a little video of it here. But instead of somebody pulling you, they have a bike behind it, but the actual cart itself looks like kind of like a rickshaw from Japan. That's really more of like a touristy thing. It's very slow. I don't really recommend it, but it's but if you're just getting around somewhere far, I recommend getting an Uber. Besides that, I just walking around. All right, next, where to stay. In Ho Chi Minh, I'm going to post below both where I stayed in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. Ho Chi Minh City, we stayed in I think the Majestic Hotel. It was really nice, kind of old. It was a very old hotel, but it's very beautiful, colonial style. It was nice. It was kind of a bit further off from the night market, which I recommend always staying close to. In Hanoi, our second hotel, the Emerald Water, was amazing. I'm going to post a link below. I highly recommend that one. It was just, service was great, the hotel was clean, it was just very comfortable. I slept like a baby there. Again, I'm gonna post a link below. And all the other things in general, as I always say, is stay close to where you want to go walk around. Is basically either near the night markets or the street markets. I think it's called the Old Quarter in Hanoi. That's where everyone stays. So I highly recommend staying in that area. I'm going to post, again, it's going to be right below. Okay, number 7, crossing the streets. It is highly congested here. I actually think Ho Chi Minh City was a bit more dangerous to walk through, but even Hanoi is just as busy with all the motorcycles and cars. Basically, those guys rule the road. So, if you're walking, just walk with confidence, look both ways, and just go for it. If you're going to hesitate, you're never going to be able to cross the street because there's just way too many people and they're just going to keep going. Hanoi is a little easier because there are actual walk signs, not for every street, but only some of them. The busier streets do have it, but for Ho Chi Minh City, not as much. So again, just be very careful and just walk with confidence. That's all I could say there. Which brings me to number 8. Streets are highly congested. There's just so many cars and motorcycles everywhere. They don't really follow the lanes. They just kind of go wherever they please. So if you are having to take a car or something, give a little extra time to get to wherever you need to, because it is very busy and highly congested. So just keep that in mind. Number 9, street food and night markets. So Ho Chi Minh City, I'm going to post a link of where we went. The street market there was really nice. It was a bit further from where I was staying, but the food is really great. They were grilling a lot of different foods like fish, squid, prawns. It was delicious. In Hanoi, the night market is only on the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, there's still street food stalls everywhere. So even if it's not the weekend and you want to try some street food, it doesn't matter. You just walk outside the old quarter. There's gonna be street food everywhere. I didn't even bother going to restaurants because there's just just keep walking, see what you like, and then just walk in there or sit by the streets. They have a lot of those mini tiny chairs over there. So basically just order. I got like a sandwich for less than $1, and I was just sitting by the alley, and it was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. So definitely recommend that. I'm gonna post a video of my food tour at Hanoi in a little bit as well, if I haven't already posted it. So everything's gonna be right below here. So number 10 is Ha Long Bay. If you're gonna go to Hanoi, I'm sure you're probably gonna want to check out Ha Long Bay. There's gonna be options. I'm gonna post a link of what I went to for 2 or 3 nights, maybe even longer. To be honest, I think 1 night was enough as far as activities are concerned. I think we're about to board. I highly recommend checking it out, but I think 1 night is enough. You'll see my other video. And then lastly, at the Hanoi airport, if you have Priority Pass or American Express, there's no lounge, so just keep that in mind.